Hello Sreejita, hello Michael, welcome to ETimes. How are you guys doing?
Hello, we are
Hi.
doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, and congratulations first of all. I'm very happy for both of you. So, how was the wedding?
How's the wedding?
It was super exciting, super dreamy, super happy.
Yeah, and Michael, for you, your bachelorhood is
Yeah.
gone.
Now I'm. Uh, I always say that's my small GPS tracker. So now I'm hurt. No, but I think
GPS
to
tracker.
be honest, the wedding could have not been better. If you ask me, it was not easy to plan it from here, and without so much help from family, it would have not been possible. But despite all these challenges, it could have not been better. Besides the weather, I think the weather was the only thing which could have been slightly better. Otherwise, if you asked me before, I could have not imagined better than how it went.
Hmm.
True.
And we saw some beautiful pictures of both of you. The court marriage or the church wedding, everything was so breathtakingly beautiful. How much did you guys enjoy? Usually, what happens during wedding, जैसे मैंने last time भी श्रीजिता बोला था, couples end up, managing everything and they don't enjoy the small details and small happiness of the wedding. So, how was it for you?
Actually, how I told you last time, we were stressed. We both were all over the place because, somehow all of us, like our family people, they were saying, "Arey, tum log relax karo, guys. Please relax. It's your wedding." But still, there were
It's not possible.
It's not possible. There were so many thoughts that ये सही से होगा ना, ये सही से sorted है, decoration sorted है, maybe lights, maybe this, candles. Like constantly things keep coming because you also want the guests who are invited that they also enjoy your wedding.
Yeah.
And then it was a small. Had not too many people at the wedding, and was only very close family members or extremely close friends. So we want them to have the best time that we could somehow. Yeah.
Because it's our day and we would like that the people who are coming are also enjoying with us on our special day. So we couldn't relax much, honestly, but still 2-3 days before I started feeling the excitement. And the wedding day, 30th, which was the legal wedding day, since morning there were butterflies battering on my stomach. I don't know what was happening with
See,
it.
there were so many things were happening, and like you end up improvising a bit, right? So, for
Yeah.
example, we planned the wedding to be outside, like the dinner, etc., was supposed to be outside, but the weather was somewhat to do. So last minute we had to shift it inside. So you are so busy that you don't have much time to be nervous, I would say. I only got extremely nervous like 5 minutes before the legal wedding, and when I was in the church and waiting for her to go inside, these were the only 2 moments where I was actually really nervous, or where I was, of course in a positive way, but constantly busy. And nevertheless, I enjoyed thoroughly. So the whole experience, I had a great time, despite a little bit improvisation here and there.
But that happens because you cannot absolutely control everything under your wish.
Yeah.
So we had this outside area completely decorated. They had put candles and all of that. I was a bit sad maybe in the morning when it was raining, but later I made myself understand that Shrita, you have no control over the weather. It's still nice. It's still like your people are there and we are getting married. So yeah.
So, which was the most beautiful and emotional moment for you, Sreejita, throughout during the wedding?
See, everything is being recorded in my head like in such a fashion that मुझे सुबह से उठ के क्या क्या हुआ दोनों दिन ना एकदम एक फिल्म की तरह याद है. So everything was that special and that memorable. But the first one, if I need to mention, was जब legal wedding के time I signed my name and I changed my name to his name. Like I have taken his name.
Both.
Yeah, now I have both names. So I signed my new name for the first time. So I could see his eyes were getting little teary, and then we exchanged vows. जो कि तुमने पहले भी पूछा था कि vows कर रहे हो. That was a very a good idea. Michael also wanted to do vows, and I also wanted to do vows. He wrote the vow for me, and he stood up and he started saying the vow, and I could feel that his voice started shaking, and he had tears in his eyes.
Oh.
So that was a intimate and close moment. I still remember whatever he said, like absolutely line to line. And the second moment would be when he was waiting for me, which was the next day, inside the church. और हमने एक दूसरे को 24 घंटे से देखा नहीं था. We didn't see each other because it was not allowed. And I got ready, and वो था ना excitement मन में, that how am I looking, what would be his reaction be, and I walked the aisle with my dad. So that is another moment, and I saw him, and he was standing in front of Jesus Christ and the pastor.
So Michael, for you, my question would be, जो मैंने पहले से plan करके रखा था, I thought about it. When you saw her walking the aisle, what was going into your mind? What was that feeling?
It's a good question because I was the only one, at least I felt so, who has not seen her dress before. So it was like a fit, and I was not supposed to see it. But of course, all the ladies from the family, they were extremely curious. So I saw her showing them on their phone and so on. And I was the only one I felt who has no idea. From looks of people's expressions when they saw it, I knew it would be amazing. But I couldn't wait to finally see her in the dress. And see, I had an expectation. I know her as a person. She's not a very, like, she would not go for something very basic. I knew it would be somehow a little bit loud, but I was not expecting it to be that amazing. Like, she actually looked like a princess. She even had that small tiara, etc. So for me, she looked like a princess. And that moment when she came around the corner and she walks down that aisle, and I was waiting in front. I don't know, I can't really describe it, but it was definitely one of the most beautiful moments of the whole wedding.
And what was the emotional moment for you? Sreejita has already mentioned hers.
The first ceremony, which was the legal part of the wedding, like she said, like, I became maybe a little emotional while exchanging vows, but there were these small moments. It was in German, right? So my sister was sitting next to us translating for her to understand what the person was telling us. And I heard in my sister's voice a little bit of emotion while she was translating it.
Her voice was constantly shivering.
She was shivering. And initially, Shrita didn't understand what was going on because it was in German. But when she translated, I could see the immediate reaction also on her face. And she was not even looking at me. I just felt she was doing... She was just breathing and trying to somehow control the emotions, and yeah, it somehow built up to that moment where we had to get up and exchange vows, and I just forgot everything around me, and she chose some extremely beautiful words, and the moment where she actually signed the name, I didn't expect it. It somehow slipped my head that she has to sign with her new name, and that was another moment which was extremely emotional.
And tell me, what was the most comical moment during the wedding that now when you sit back and think about it, you find it very funny?
I think it's the same for both of us.
You tell us.
So,
okay. You tell your part first, and I tell you how.
So what happened? So in the church wedding, the pastor came. The rings were kept on top of Bible, and we had to exchange the rings. And then he held both of our hands and locked the bond forever.
There will be like he will bless the marriage.
Bless the marriage with like the bond is locked forever. And then he turns, and Michael, that is the moment where...
So that's the moment. So church protocol doesn't say that you have to kiss, but people do it. But the pastor usually turns around because it's not part of the procedure, but people do it after the blessing. So we asked him in advance, when can we do it? And he said, after the ring exchange, I'll bless, I'll turn around, and you guys can do whatever you want. And people usually then kiss. So we were standing there, he was done with it, and I looked at her and I was like now is the time. And I tried to like pull her a little close, and she was like, no. And then that was a little funny because then the pastor turned around and I was looking at him, and she was somehow hesitant to do it because I think you thought it's not the right time. So people started laughing because it looked a little stupid how she was like...
No, so yeah, the pastor turned around after the ring exchange, and I was so much already overwhelmed in that moment and emotion. I forgot that before we already discussed with the pastor. He only asked the pastor that when can I kiss her. So the pastor said once the ring exchange happens, I'll turn around and you guys can do whatever. And I was absolutely lost in that moment because I had to pick up that ring from the Bible and we exchanged rings. I was so lost. And he tried to pull me closer. And I was like, no, 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 stop it. And then the pastor turned and he started laughing and he was like, okay, guys.
And that moment was captured in a picture. I don't know if you've seen the picture, but he was standing very happily in the back. That was right after. Everyone had a good laugh. But
and Michael again asked that, can I finally kiss her because she is not letting me. So it was somehow it happened the way. Otherwise, no, not such funny incidents. Yeah, mostly it was very what I felt serene, romantic, dreamlike, and I was extremely, I don't know, emotion overwhelmed.
Right. And how much has life changed after, legally being a wife and a husband?
Not much actually. We are just back for a week, and of course there was still a lot of work to do. We saw some family members, then we had to travel back. So it's like a week we are back in Mumbai. Nothing much has changed, but what I feel, I don't know if that's right, but she's now all on housewife mode somehow. I am not see she how to keep everything lying anywhere. Like she's extremely particular about these things now. Just on a not on a very serious note, but no, I mean we know each other already in and out, so not much has changed. But the feeling, like the closeness somehow, has definitely.
Yeah, I also feel. See, like I always asked my mom that what would change. Like you always tell me, "Man, I get married, man, I get married, man, I get married." क्या ही change होगा? We already know each other for 5 years now. Of course, we will get married because बीच में ये COVID का भी चल रहा था ना. So we were planning this wedding since a very long time. And she said, "You would not know, but the day you will get married, you will know. There would be a sense of, more intimacy, and there would be a change." I was like, whatever. So जब actually हुआ legal wedding के दिन ही at night I was lying down on my bed because that day we were not allowed to see each other because the next day was the church wedding, and I was seeing my phone. His name was saved as Michael. I was like, no. And the first thing I did, I changed his name to My Hubs. And that moment onwards, it's a very stupid thing, but that moment onwards, somehow मुझे ऐसा बेड पे लेटे लेटे एक फीलिंग आया, more intimacy and more authority in a positive way, in a good way, that he's mine, like that whole feeling, and the whole strength of the relationship also I think intensifies after marriage. Baki to everything is same. Yeah, I'm trying to get into a little bit housewife mode, cooking food sometimes,
waiting for him.
Waiting for me,
waiting for him to come back from office like today. And then say, oh God, there was so bad traffic, baby.
Right. And how much did the families enjoy? Because उनके लिए भी तो एक पहली बार इतने दिनों तक एक साथ रहना, शादी में बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. इंडियन वेडिंग्स तो we have grown up watching कि कुछ ना कुछ लास्ट मिनट तक होता रहता है, एंड फैमिलीज में चिल्ला अरे ये नहीं हुआ, अरे वो नहीं हुआ. Everyone is so anxious and nervous about little things. So फर्स्ट टाइम दोनों फैमिलीज इतने टाइम तक एक साथ रह रहे थे. तो फॉर माइकल, फॉर यू ऑल्सो, both the families were together for so many days. So how was that feeling, seeing them, meeting each other, sharing space with each other?
It was honestly damn funny and damn cute. So now my parents, English is very okay, and also Michael's parents' English is okay to good. Okay, so how they were communicating, because they talk in German and my parents talk in Bengali. So how they were in gestures, and then Mama, as my mother-in-law, she uses her translator. So her choti cheez, these guys went out for a drive. They would see some gardening happening somewhere, and then they would ask, gehu, and then they would do translation and show each other, yeah, wheat, yeah, gehu, and that was damn cute. It was very beautiful to see both the cultures meet, and even Michael's parents, they were very welcoming to my parents. But the whole stress was on my mother-in-law's head. ये जो छोटी छोटी चीजें you were saying कि ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, because she was the organizer of our whole wedding. We were just planning here from India. She was organizing
She
for
was taking
her
care of the details.
details. So she was little stressed, though everything was completely in place. But she was little थोड़ी चीजों को लेके little bit stressed. अरे menu card नहीं हुआ अभी तक. अरे ये नहीं हुआ. Otherwise, my parents enjoyed a lot because they were like, we don't speak the language, we don't know where it's happening. We have just come here to enjoy my daughter's and son-in-law's wedding. So they had a lot of fun. Food exchange happened. They had German food, like authentic German food. I would say कि पहली बार they tried. They enjoyed. One day my mom made some aloo bhaja, Indian aloo bhaja, and egg curry or something. She carried that kind of like this thing, and then they tried that. They were like, yeah, Indian aloo bhaja is nice. Indian French fry is nice. It was damn good to see the families meet.
I mean, they met before, but seeing that over like a longer period of time was quite, like she said, quite funny, and even for us, very important and good to see that everyone was enjoying. And at the end of the day, it was a German wedding, and we love plans and we love planning things, smallest of details, and especially my mom. So she didn't let us worry much. So there was not much space to worry actually, because everything was planned out. Of course, here and there, small things, last minute, like I mentioned, you still have to adjust. But what gave me personally a lot of confidence is that so much time and energy has gone into the wedding planning that nothing can go wrong and we can all enjoy. And I think the next thing that they're so happy about is now to explore the other side and come to India and enjoy the local traditions of a typical Bengali wedding. So everyone is extremely...
Honestly, his aunt, his uncle, my mother-in-law, they are so excited about the Indian wedding. They would go on YouTube and look for videos of Mehendi, Indian dance, Galla Guriya. I told them my favorite song is Galla Guriya. It's happening on our wedding and you all have to dance. So they go on YouTube and check like the dance steps. They're so excited about the Indian wedding. True that.
So how much of German have you learned? या जर्मनी के बारे में आपने या वहाँ के फूड कल्चर के बारे में कितना आपने सीखा है? And how much of Indian tradition, food and everything has Michael learned from you?
So of course I have an advantage because I'm staying in this country. So I have taken part in all the festivals, be it Diwali, Holi, all these festivals we somehow celebrate together, which is very important for me to somehow understand the culture, and I definitely enjoy that. We have been to Germany also a few times, and what I can see from her, that she especially loves the food. So every time she keeps giving me a list of things by now. Okay, can she please cook this? Can she please prepare this? Because my mom, she has fallen in love with German food a bit, and we make sure that we take a lot of things back from Germany so that she can make some German food once we come back. Of course, not so many festivals, and we don't have that many. But we have celebrated Christmas together over there, together with my family, and now the wedding. So she's slowly getting used to the culture. But I think food is something you're already an expert in.
Yeah, so Christmas is something which I wait for since my childhood. Because in India we celebrate everything, right? Holi, Diwali. So Christmas is very close to my heart. Even I am from a Christian missionary school, right? So we used to get Christmas vacations, and then when I spent Christmas with a typical German Christian family there, I actually enjoyed it even more because they have typical Christmas food.
The trees,
the tree is standing in the huge tree standing in the house. All the gifts kept down the tree in the. Typically, जैसे होता है वो मैं पहली दफा 2019 I think first Christmas we went, and first time I stayed with a family where it is properly celebrated. So I really enjoyed that. Food, as he said, I love cooking German food because I love eating German food. Indian food, he loves few dishes like roti he loves, tandoori chicken he loves, then
my problem is
butter chicken he loves, the spiciness.
Her spice too high for me. So though I have improved a bit, she's next level, and That's the only reason which keeps me from eating local food more regularly. But I have something at least for lunch or for dinner every day. But a spicy something we still have to talk about, I think.
A lot of
मैं ज़्यादा मिर्ची डालती हूँ क्योंकि रेड हो जाता ना, and then he would be like, oh god, it's so spicy, and for me it's like, yeah, it's normal. तो वो चीज़ है which we are a little bit struggling. बाकी yeah, we have exchanged each other's culture and everything.
Yeah. And tell me, कितने लोगों के congratulations आए, क्योंकि हम फोटोज पे तो देख रहे थे कि everyone from the industry was congratulating you, लेकिन personally कितने messages आए, कितने industry friends इतने खुश हैं आपके लिए, who actually reached out to you to congratulate or call you or message you?
Yeah, no, honestly, today I was going, मेरा phone actually 1 तारीख को टूट गया था, and then it was, then
I got to know.
Then I put it for repair, and finally I got it last night. Or आज सुबह when I was going through the messages, I think almost everyone wished. Even people from whom I was not expecting, like they wished. Everyone wished. Everyone.
Hundreds of messages.
We are so overwhelmed. Like Kishwar, Aligoni, like these were the people I was not even expecting that they would be immediately wishing. They wished, they shared stories and everything. So honestly, very touched, very touched.
And we didn't have the chance to get back to everyone yet because she lost her phone. But means a lot, and we're very happy about so many messages from so many people.
But are you planning to keep some small get together at your place or somewhere, because birthday भी है, for एक birthday celebration भी हो जाएगा और सबसे मिलना भी हो जाएगा शादी के बाद, because Shiv and all couldn't attend your wedding, but now they are back in the country.
So
yeah, but हमारा plan था 16th को there would be a get together kind of a party, but we got so tired with this wedding already. We came back, and mostly we will postpone it. Birthday के लिए भी we are keeping it very low key, very calm, homely stuff with candlelight dinner and stuff like that. I don't know what he's planning, but mostly I'm expecting something like that.
Oh, you're expecting now?
Yeah.
Now he's in a fix.
Expecting. But yeah, August beginning we are planning there would be a small get together. Definitely, I would love Joby, my close ones, his office colleagues, few of them to come and enjoy the moment with us because they couldn't join us.
Yeah, we'll have a small party. Also important for us to say.
Yeah. And Sreejita, you tell me, जाने से पहले बात हो रही थी that you would be joining your work very soon. So plans हो गए. Yeah. So now plans हो गए, कैसे क्या मैनेज करना है. चीजें वैसे ज्यादा बदली तो नहीं है क्योंकि आप लोग एक दूसरे को पहले से जानते हो और आप कंफर्टेबल थे एक दूसरे की कंपनी में. बट नाउ बीइंग मैरिड और थोड़ा रिस्पॉन्सिबल होने की कोशिश तो हो रही होगी अपने तरफ से. So yeah, so tell me, when are you resuming work then?
Resuming work would be immediately, like that's the reason he had to get back to office, and even I wanted कि ज़्यादा दिन भी break ना हो जाए, because the more break you take, the away you start getting. So the plans are like immediate. As I told you that I had signed a film which was supposed to start by end of this month. That got postponed a little bit, but in between whatever work is coming up, I would definitely pick that up if it's postponed for a few days. Baki, I think honestly, wedding doesn't change anything. It's about holding hand in hand and growing together in life. May that be professional, may that be personal, may that be anything in life. Even professionally, after wedding, I think it would be more like how we should hold each other's hand and help each other to take the other step in professional life. You take the next step.
Sreejita and Michael, do you want to say anything to your fans, who have always loved you and supported you?
I would love to thank everyone for the lovely wishes. Means a lot to both of us. The love, the way you guys flooded the whole comment section, it was really, 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 really overwhelming. Thank you, everyone. keep loving us like this and keep blessing us.
Michael, anything you want to add?
I think she summarized it quite well. So it meant a lot to us. And though she didn't have her phone, she was constantly on mind to see what people are commenting and wishing, and full of positivity. So meant a lot to us. So yeah, keep showering us, or especially her, with love, and means a lot to us.
Thank you so much to both of you for taking out time and talking to us. All the best for your married life and your work life. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.